In my opinion, this may be one of the best non-action filled chapters of Blue Lock that we've ever been blessed with. Maybe that's just me though. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Animasu, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over Blue Lock chapter 253 with you all, titled The Demon's Lair. If you watched through today's video and find that you enjoyed yourself, please do me a favor and check that you subscribed to the channel, commented below your thoughts, and even consider joining my community Discord if you'd like to interact with me. Without further ado, let's get into this very awesome chapter, so thank you all so much for tuning in. Today's chapter starts off as always with some intro text, which says, like a race car on Ness, Shidou's header blows past Gagamaru to give PXG the opening goal. As the audience is whipped into a frenzy, the demon and his imp give insight into what's necessary to take control of this match. As we're shown another angle here of Shidou splashing that shot into the back net, the announcers scream out in excitement over this opening goal. The author has also decided to double down here in the opening page by giving us a detailed outline of, Shidou's bulge. That's nice, I guess. With Shidou pushing himself off the ground with Charles running in his direction, the two both have wide grins on their face over their linked up super goal. Charles managed to throw the entire field into a spiral with just one pinpoint pass, which just so happened to find PXG's pink-haired demon on the receiving end. Shidou ryusei drew first blood for PXG in this match, scoring an ultra goal with the help of their 15-year-old prodigy, Charles Chevalier. The celebration panel we got of the two here is just super wholesome, as everyone from all over roars in amazement. It looks like my joke wasn't too far off last week, because Shidou, ryusei, and Charles might actually be biological brothers at this rate. Screaming out with a ton of energy, Shidou yells out to Charles that he's just too damn amazing, also asking for the trickster to keep feeding him these awesome passes. Charles as well matches the vibe by telling Shidou that he's actually the amazing one, as he was the only person on the field to react to his pass. As we see Shidou literally grabbing Charles' face and messing up his hair just as an older brother would, he explains that he simply just followed his instincts and ended up at the arrival point of Charles' pass. I just have to ask straight up though, does anyone actually dislike this duo so far? Because I already just want to see way more from these goofballs. With a close-up of Charles then being shown smiling, he gets serious for a second, saying that this was truly the first time anyone's perfectly aligned with his impish passes. To make it all the more wholesome, Shidou says that this was the first time of many for them. He's confident that this devilish duo will go on an explosive rampage in this match, which leaves me wondering just how Shidou's value will leap after this match, if he continues to create impact. We also get this 10 out of 10 panel of Charles and Shidou in chibi form, screaming out about how weird and awesome they are together. This is truly peak Blue Lock, ladies and gentlemen. The chapter then cuts right over to Julian and Loki staring menacingly from the bench here, emanating aura like he's from JoJo's or something. Leaning forward to grab Noah's attention with his words, Loki goes on to explain that Charles is indeed a genius in passing and playmaking skills. The only problem is that it's also accompanied by his impish, chaotic personality, which as we've seen has made it hard for him to control for Loki. With Noah just glaring over while looking unamused, Loki continues on, explaining that he's tried many different things in previous matches and hopes to fully unlock Charles' abilities. Then locking into Mangas for a second, Loki exclaims that it's finally happened though. In the new Egoist League's high-level gameplay, Charles managed to perform the chemical reaction he needed to awaken him all along. Loki admits that due to Shidou being an out-of-this-world striker, Charles was able to easily reach and awaken a brand new level of play for himself. With this prodigy developing even quicker than expected, Loki even mocks Noah by saying that it won't be long before he's dethroned and he's number one. Also, we can't just skip over this amazing panel here of Shidou, Charles, and Zantetsu all celebrating. The team interactions from everywhere except Bastard Munich are just too wholesome for God's sake. Isagi could have blossomed as a striker and maintained his sanity elsewhere. Speaking of our MC, the chapter then actually does flash over to a view of him crouched down while thinking. Funny enough, Ryusei is also right behind him asking if Blue Lock's VAR system is fucking blind, because he thinks that the goal should be disallowed. Sounding just like the Blue Lock TikTok fandom, Ryusei says that Rin grabbed onto Isagi and prevented him from defending, which should have stopped the play then and there. Isagi, however, already is aware that this won't be overturned, because even he admits that he was the first to foul Rin when he was going for the steal. Rin, however, still managed to maintain ball possession and get off a quality shot, so more than likely, advantage was played due to the flow of things. Sure enough, a VAR review ruled that the goal will still stand, which literally leaves Ryusei to threaten the robotic AI with a beatdown. Isagi is over here holding this man back, telling him to chill out, because at this rate, he's gonna end up being the one with a yellow card. Now that we're past that, Isagi knows that the most important thing he must do is analyze and understand just how Shidou and Charles created that goal. We get a really cool puzzle panel here too alongside Shidou's goal flashback, which I'll always take a moment to appreciate because I just love the art variety in this story. The first thing Isagi knows without a doubt is that every single player was giving it their absolute all during that play. Despite everyone giving 100%, no one was able to react in time to Shidou and Charles' demonic combination. This means that everyone playing according to their perfectly envisioned scenarios just won't be enough to score goals in this match. In the previous matches, they could usually produce a consistent 1 to 2 goals if they were found in these right scenarios. This match is a totally different story though, because with both teams playing at such a high level, the threshold has been raised even higher than they could believe. Not only that, but Isagi knew from the start that Charles would be a danger to them just from watching him play in the previous matches. The problem though, this prodigy is still developing on the fly just like Isagi, which makes him an even scarier threat. He even says that Charles' pass just then felt like he was laughing down on them with it, which is pretty devious coming from a goddamn 15-year-old. An otherworldly demonic pass from the prodigy himself was combined with Shidou's pursuit of ecstasy to create a goal straight from hell itself. As we see the duo both bearing mocking faces, Isagi is confident that this link-up was not planned or even practiced beforehand. It was rather produced on the fly, resulting from both Shidou and Charles clashing and combining their best performances. Being a professional yapper like myself, Isagi once again points out that this goal is extremely similar to the goal that he and Hiyori produced. It was a chemical reaction that resulted from them syncing up perfectly and crossing their winning visions with one another. With his monologuing finally over, Isagi realizes exactly what this means for them. In order to win the new Egoist League and defeat PXG, they're going to be forced to create goals equal or beyond that of a perfect chemical reaction. Bro's literally fed up with this, as we can see him mutter to himself that this is seriously fucked up, in quotes. Anyways, Hiyori seems to have been listening on this or thinking to himself, because while walking up, he admits that they're going to have hell on their hands this match if that goal was the opening standard. Due to them having to change their entire thought process and game plan now, Hiyori has decided to quickly take some time to reorganize his brain, asking if Isagi wants to join along. Obviously he's down for this, providing his already stated input, with Hiyori deciding that it would be best for them to have a little recap first. Up to this point, Ego has told them that what they currently desire most is the key to originality, and also that hunger is their most important asset. They continue on in this amazing double spread here, which breaks down the cycle of producing their own peak performances and goals. Hunger first allows you to collect hints and formulate an achievable, original challenge for yourself. Combined with the immense focus and egocentrism you have, you can then be led into a chemical reaction called the flow state. With your winning vision locked in while in this flow state, you can then operate at your absolute peak, which can then potentially lead to you creating the ideal winning scenario. Yeah, totally simple and easy to understand. Right guys? Everyone awake here? The two then continue on, pointing out that Shidou's goal wasn't just a product of his personal winning vision alone. These players need to cross their winning visions with a partner in order to pull this off, just as Hiyori and Isagi, Charles and Shidou, and Sei and Shidou have done before. Out of nowhere though, Noa just kinda interrupts them while posted up on the sidelines, telling these two to recreate it. Like, what the fuck do you mean, bro? I swear this guy's the worst coach yet. Looking stone cold with aura all around him, Noa demands them to score a goal that surpasses that of the one they produced against Italy's Ubers. He even says, "You two can do it," or am I wrong? Which Hiyori confidently exclaims they can do. However, Isagi does look a bit more serious and unsure here. Noa though also goes on to say that if they can't keep Charles and Shidou locked down, then they'll continue to rampage for an easy PXG victory. Pointing over at somebody, Noa says that they'll be instead tweaking the game plan and using this specific player to man-mark Shidou. That player is obviously none other than Kunigami Rinsuke, who is told to restrict and steal Shidou Ryusei's freedom. In another tear-jerking double page, Kunigami is shown to look absolutely horrified when remembering that demon that is Shidou. Despite remembering all the pain he was put through, the fact that he had to go to wildcard and couldn't even see his family, the Dark Horse's eyes glow with an aura as he calmly agrees to this assigned task. With Isagi, Hiyori, and Kunigami all walking alongside one another talking verbal jabs, Bastard Munich's counterattack will continue in the next chapter. Could we potentially be seeing an equalizer here from Kunigami, or something more be in store for our hero's awakening? Anyways, the outro text for today's chapter says, "You won't be allowed to just walk all over us. An eye for an eye and a goal for a goal. It's time for us to strike back." With that being the end of today's chapter, all that we're left with now is the title for the upcoming chapter 254, being My Model, the World's Model. As soon as I heard of this for some reason, I thought of Planet Hotline, so maybe Hiyori could possibly link up with Isagi and Kunigami for their own space-themed chemical reaction. Let me know what you guys have in mind down below in the comments, as I should have a Theorio video up tomorrow if all goes well. To end off today's video, I just want to thank you all so much for tuning in to watch my content. If you enjoy the videos I push out and would like to support me for absolutely free, please be sure and check that you've subscribed to the channel, commented below your thoughts, and even consider joining my community Discord down in the description. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you peeps in the next video.